All right, music fans, welcome back. It is I, Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you right there and me here. Steve Lukather has taken to Twitter this morning, Steve being the guitar player in Toto, also one of the finest guitar players on planet Earth, also one of the greatest studio musicians in the history of contemporary rock music, a guy who was at the NAMM conference, that's the National Association of Music Merchants, for those of you who didn't know what that meant. Steve is on Twitter ranting and raving about the fact that trolls here on the beautiful platform known as YouTube are accusing Steve of being intoxicated at the NAMM conference. Steve has refuted this, of course, and says he hasn't touched a drop of alcohol in something like 9 years. And it's just ironic because yesterday I found out that clips of my videos are being used by trolls from the beautiful country of Australia. And again, my relationship with the Australian people, I believe, has been compromised by people like this because they insist upon making me into a lunatic. All right, here's the deal. I get fired up in some of these videos about the Little River Band, the original guys, because they really don't want the current band to profit or to look good or to be on Jimmy Kimmel, for instance, or to have any sort of life. All right, because they were the originals, even though they signed themselves out of legal contracts. So what happens to me is then I get trolled, all right, which relates to the Luke thing, by somebody who uses clips, by the way, unauthorized use of these clips, and I've already taken the steps to have the video removed. I don't know if it's been removed yet, but I can tell you that the video showed up on my Twitter feed right under the story about Lukather. So it's kind of like, isn't this ironic? And then it says something like, I'm touchy about this topic. Yeah, I kind of am, because I've defended these guys, and at one point I said, you know what, it doesn't, it's really, and I didn't mean it this way, the sense that I don't care about it, but I've actually wasted way more human capital on this topic than the topic itself deserves. Because here's why. Because nobody cares. All right? And I mean that, especially directed at the troll. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about this issue. Quite frankly, nobody cares about this old band that are bitter and really need to just enjoy their retirement and enjoy their life, and understand that this new band is helping them with lots of money in the form of publishing and royalties. Okay, can you see where I'm going with this? Lukather is dealing with people who have no idea who he is as a person. This troll has done the same thing. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know my personal situation, my family. I was told when, after Hurricane Irma rolled through my neighborhood, that it's too bad that it didn't, pass right over my house a little bit more. I was also told that other people had way more damage and that, I shouldn't be talking about that. Nobody cares about me, according to these people, and really nasty things about my 3-year-old who happens to have epilepsy, okay? So I just gave you a little insight to the mindset of crazy lunatic people. Last summer, obviously, had my life threatened. My wife, incredibly derogatory and just unspeakable things were said about her. And Steve Lukather, all right, just minding his own business, a great musician. Why would you do this? And look, if you're going to equate, well, I'm going after these guys in Little River Band. No, originally I made the point that I liked this version of the band, the current version. I think they sound amazing. All right? That's the bottom line. They sound amazing, and legally they own the name of the band. Case closed. That's all there is to it. Now, if you want to make something more out of it, that the originals should be get a bigger cut, or make an argument rather than saying that, oh no, it's just a poser band, it's just a fake. Really? Because Wayne Nelson's been in the band for something like, what, 38 years? 38 years he's been in the band? Okay, so I don't think it's a fake. I think what you guys are trying to do is make it into something that it's not, and trying to change views here in America and get the people who are attending these concerts, they don't care. They're there to see some great entertainment and hear some great music, and they're getting it. With Steve Lukather, what I'm noticing is that these people have no regard for the man as a person. So there's where the connection is between me and Luke. It's just this, I'm just some guy here on YouTube, and it's like I'm a cartoon, and you can just go after the cartoon and, just rake him and his family through the coals. I'd love to talk to that person directly who's doing this to me. I'd love to have a dialogue, because I destroyed so many people on Twitter who wanted to have a dialogue about this. They made no sense to me whatsoever. Their arguments were circular. They had one thing to say, and they kept saying it over and over again. And I just destroyed them. And I'll do it again. I'll be glad to do it again. So if you want to have a conversation on Twitter, rather than taunting me and posting a video that you made so creatively, so cleverly, because you think you're just the master of media when you had something like 82 views last time I looked at it. You probably get a lot more views since I started talking about it, so, But anyway, I digress. And that's it for this video. Again, Steve Lukather being trolled, Real Music Observer being trolled. It's society is just taking a nosedive in a bad direction. All right, I'll be back shortly with more real music in real time for real people, just like you and just like me. We'll see you then.